"Sir, I'm going to need you to step aside." The security guard's voice was sharp, rehearsed, like he'd said it 100 times before. He blocked the soldier's path, palm raised, eyes scanning the uniform skeptically. The terminal fell quiet. Just moments ago, it was alive with the usual sounds, suitcases rolling, intercoms buzzing, families chatting near the gate. But now all eyes shifted to the confrontation at Checkpoint C. The soldier didn't speak. He didn't protest. He just stood there, straight-backed, motionless, wearing the unmistakable dark blue ceremonial uniform of the tomb guard, gleaming buttons, white gloves, polished shoes. But the TSA agent didn't see history. He didn't see honor. He saw a man out of place, no boarding pass, no luggage, no words, just silence and presence. "Do you have authorization?" "You can't be in this area without clearance." Still, the soldier didn't respond. Behind him, the rolling case he carried sat perfectly still, not a suitcase, not a duffel bag, but a black velvet-lined transport case with golden clasps. Inside it was the urn. Not just any urn, it contained the ashes of a Medal of Honor recipient, a man who had saved an entire platoon in Vietnam before sacrificing his life. And this soldier, hand-picked by the US Army, was assigned to escort him home, with full honors. The woman behind the counter leaned over. "He's not answering. That's suspicious." Another agent whispered into a walkie-talkie. Within seconds, 2 more security officers approached. "Sir, last warning. You will be removed from this area." Passengers nearby began filming. One whispered, "What's happening?" A child asked her dad, "Why are they yelling at the soldier?" Then, just as one of the officers reached for his arm, the soldier slowly lifted his hand, not to resist, not to retaliate, but to open the front flap of his coat. Inside was a folded document, shielded in plastic. He held it out silently. The lead agent took it, eyes scanning lazily, until his expression shifted. His eyebrows lifted, his mouth parted. He read the heading again. Department of the Army, Immediate Escort Orders, Active Duty Tomb Guard, National Honor Mission. He looked up, stunned. Oh my God. Now the second agent leaned in, the third stepped back. "Is that?" The lead agent swallowed hard. "He's transporting a Medal of Honor veteran. This is an official mission." A breathless silence rippled through the terminal. Then, the soldier stepped forward, his footsteps slow, deliberate. As he passed through the checkpoint, TSA agents moved aside like parting waves. No one said a word. No one could. One officer lowered his head, another stood at attention. And the whispers began again, not of suspicion, but reverence. A mother wiped a tear. A teenage boy removed his cap. The cameras kept rolling. But this time, it wasn't for scandal. It was for memory. The soldier walked with unwavering discipline, escorting not just ashes, but legacy. Every step was deliberate, as if measured by decades of sacrifice. Halfway down the terminal, the intercom crackled. "Attention passengers, we will now observe a moment of silence as a hero is escorted through the gate." The airport paused. Just paused. Flights delayed, conversations stopped, workers stood still. As the soldier reached the gate, airline staff stepped forward. One saluted, another wiped his eye. The gate agent whispered, "The flight crew is ready, they've cleared first class, the urn will fly next to him." The soldier nodded once, still no words, just the quiet weight of duty. Before boarding, he turned, not to be seen but to acknowledge, to share this moment not as a spectacle, but as a reminder that while the world scrolls and races and forgets, some still remember, some still stand guard, some still carry the burden of memory without asking for applause. The tomb guard never broke his silence, not when he boarded, not during the flight, not even when passengers stood to honor him, but his silence spoke volumes. It said, this man mattered. It said, sacrifice should never be forgotten. It said, while some mock the uniform, others carry the fallen in silence. By the time the flight took off, the video had already gone viral. Not for drama, not for scandal, but for reverence. Because in a world that too often forgets, one silent soldier made everyone remember. Before we say goodbye, comment your country or city. Let's see how far this message reaches. If this story moved you even a little, give it a like, share it with someone special, and hit subscribe for more powerful stories.